Welcome to Classic Keys Music, creating musicians and families since 1963. Would you like to have a clearer understanding of rhythm? Would you like to improve on your technique? Would you also like to understand musical terminology in a better way? We invite you to look at these tutorials on understanding rhythm, technique, and terminology. In this tutorial, we will learn how to understand the term octave. What are the symbols that are used for octave? What does it mean to move an octave or play an octave? Let's begin. Where does the term octave come from? If we play from middle C to the next C and count the notes individually, let's see what number we come to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 keys between each note that is the same. C to C, D to D. The term octave, OCT, refers to 8. How many arms are on an octopus? 8. How many sides to an octagon? 8. Therefore, an octave is 8 keys difference. What does it mean when we say play an octave? It means we play 2 C's or 2 notes the same together. Play an octave C. Play an octave D. Play an octave E. Now, many times an octave, when we say play an octave, it's played with one hand. What about the term move an octave? In this musical piece, we notice that in the second measure, the move an octave sign, 8VA, going up is beginning with the note D, which is just above middle C, and going to the E in the third measure. Then the sign ends, and we go back to the normal G. How would we play that? Let's demonstrate it by looking at the keyboard. It is written as D above middle C. However, it's played one place higher, one position higher, because of the move an octave up sign. Now, because the sign ends after the E, then we go back to the normal location. Why do we put and move an octave sign in music? In most instances, it's to clarify or to make it easier to read the notes. Some students may have difficulty reading notes that go above the regular lines. So therefore, we move the octave, read it as if it was lower, but move it up to make it easier to read. In conclusion, on the left, we have an 8VA, which stands for the 8 keys, shoving to the right and then coming down. This means move up an octave. We have an 8VA, which on the right side shoves down and then goes to the left. This means move down an octave. We've learned that moving an octave means to move our hand position either up or down, depending on the sign, one hand position. Now, if we had 16 VA, we would actually move 2 hand positions up. And of course, this helps us not to read difficult notes above the ledger lines. Playing an octave is when we actually play two C's together or two D's, whatever note we want to play in an octave. So then the question comes up, what is a scale? And what's the difference between scales and octaves? Turn to our tutorial, Understanding Scales, to find out the answer.